Morning, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscientious people, wherever you are, all over the world. I welcome you once again to this Radio Biafra Extra, streaming live through Radio Biafra London, being anchored by the Deputy Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, Mazi Uche Okafor from Abatete Province in Biafra land. The man who has assured us time and over again that the heart of this project will not be allowed to see corruption. Of course, he's standing in the gap on behalf of our Supreme Leader, Mazen Nandioku Kano, the Prince of Afari Beku. And by the special grace of God, I remain George Onyibe from Ipob Province, where you call Delta State, Biafra land. I would say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night to some of you, depending on your time zone. From here, Radio Biafra, on this very faithful day, the 4th of January, the year of Chukwuka Biama 2019. I must appreciate our deputy, our leader and his deputy, for what they are doing for the Biafran people, for what they have done, for what they continue to do. Because believe me, if you've not been there, you've not been there. Believe me, there is a difference between knowing the path and walking the path. Believe me, there is a difference between having a certificate, PhD, degrees, and actually being enlightened. I must tell you the truth. You go to school to get certificate, to be educated. You don't go to school to get sense. That is why Nigerians have so many people who have degrees, who are educated. So many PhD and LLB and BSc and degrees everywhere in their house, but they don't have common sense. It is my prayer that Biafrans will not just be people who acquire certificates, degrees, but people who actually have sense. On this very faithful day, I must appreciate the Almighty Creator for his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding which he has dispelled among us, enabling our leaders and the Biafran people to know what to do in a time like this. I must appreciate the Almighty Creator who has touched the heart of individuals across the globe who now see the need more than ever why Biafra must be restored and why this evil enclave called Nigeria must be dismembered. But believe me, we do not have the power of our own. We're not here to boast that we can do anything. In fact, we cannot do anything. That is the worst scenario. That is the worst situation. That is why everybody should be afraid, because we cannot do anything. Because if there is anything we can do at the end of the day, maybe we would have had so much to glory on, and then we would have taken the glory that belonged to the Almighty. Believe me, our leader said this is the last miracle. Biafra restoration will be the last miracle. Of course, if you know the definition of miracle, you will understand what he meant. Because miracle can be simply defined when divine intervention disrupts the natural occurrence, bringing about the desired result. That is miracle. And what am I saying this morning? If the hand of the Almighty is not in what we are doing here in Radio Biafra, by now the enemy would have blotted us out from the face of the planet Earth. If the hand of the Almighty God is not on this very project, Ojukwu would have died with millions of Biafrans being murdered and raped by the same current of murderers and looters presiding over the affair of Nigeria till today without anybody talking about it. Of course, they work very hard to make sure that nobody talks about Biafra. But because of the hand of the Almighty God is involved, that is why after 58 years of subjugation, marginalization, murder, rape, killing by the British government, the Yoruba, the Hausa people, Fulani Alamajiri, we are still here this morning. That is why, despite the fact that many of us have been incarcerated, many of us, everything we work for have been taken from us. Many of us don't have reason why we should live for tomorrow. But yet here we are talking about Biafra. You think it's our fault? And then I will not proceed this morning without first appreciating him. He, Chukwuka Biama, who live in heaven and preside over the affair of man. If he loves us, is it our fault? If Chukwuka Biama choose to love me, George Onyibe, is it my fault that Chukwuka Biama love Mazen Nandekano, that Chukwuka Biama love Mazi Uche Mefo, that Chukwuka Biama love IPOB all over the world? Is it my fault? Anyị na-aja gị mma o, n'ihi na ị mara mma e, ịhụnanya anyị na gị, obiọma gị o juru anyị anya dadi o, inwe gị mgbanwe o, ọ dịghị onye dịka gị, ịbụ Alfa na Omega, anyị niile na-asị na ịdị mma o. Once again on this very faithful day, I welcome you to this morning edition, this very special broadcast. And without wasting much of our time, we will go to our topic today. As always, we look at issues, matters of utmost importance, and it concerns us as a people, believing that those who are still sleeping will wake up and stand up to their responsibility. Because if we do not do what we are doing now, nobody will. Governors in Biafra land, monarchs in Biafra land, opinion molders, NGO, leaders of thought, whatever name they call themselves, they failed. Most of them failed. Not all of them. Most of them failed because they refused to stand up to their responsibility. And if we fail to do what we're supposed to do, the next generation of Biafra, they will curse us, they will spit on our grave, they will say we have done nothing. Our fathers cannot be totally what you are going through today, because it's on record that they fought for it. They fought to make things better for us. They fought to give us a future we desire. They fought to make life more comfortable for us. And for 3 years, they withstood those criminals around the globe who actually killed them, stabbed them. And most of them are still standing as we speak. We are doing what we have to do. How we can do them. And so this morning, I want us to look at a simple topic I entitled, The Three Mindset Behind Nigeria. The three mindset behind this zoo called Nigeria. Of course, it would have been 4 mindsets, but I do not consider the foreigner, if I will use that word for Britain government, they would have been the 4th mindset. But inside this evil enclave, inside this zoo, inside this demonic entity called Nigeria, you have 3 mindsets in existence. Like I said, it would have been 4, but I see no reason why I should get Britain involved. Because in the first place, black people should be very ashamed of themselves, becoming the very willing tools to destroy one another. Becoming the very willing tools to destroy themselves. And when you see them, they wear long tie. They don't even know the meaning of tie. You just don't know how you look when you put on that tie. And you look at those who are supposed to manage the judicial system. They are putting on wig like monkey. They are jumping up everywhere. But we have become the instrument of our own doing. And when you tell them, they say, you are not very polished. You should have said it in a civilized way, in a manner where people. How will you understand when you are in sin? How will you know what is really on when you are so greedy to the extent that you fail to understand what your people are going through? A man wrote and said that when he landed in an airport somewhere in Europe, a little girl ran to him and said, "Hello, my mommy told me you have a tail." And this man looked at the little girl and said to the little girl, "Yes, your mommy is right. I have a tail." What point do you think that woman was trying to play? What point do you think he was trying to make? He's just telling the little daughter that black people are animals. It's left for us to accept it. It's left for us to defend it. We can cry all day and say this is what they've done to us. But the question is, what have you done to yourself? Like I say, my mommy told me that black people have tail. But I thank the Almighty Creator, because the man who responded to this child was actually divinely motivated. Like our leader, Mazen Nekano, is divinely ordained, motivated, influenced, and given charge over the issue of Biafra. Anybody coming up and down, forget about what you call yourself. We will come for all of you one after the other. It is not a threat. This is a promise. At the end of the day, you will wish you were not born a Biafra. Just be doing what you are doing. And he looked at the little girl and said, "Yes, your mommy is right. I have a tail. Just that my tail is not in the front. It's not at the back. The tail I have is at the front. So if you can reason, you know what it means." When you see the zoo called Nigeria, when you see people calling One Nigeria, one Nigeria, one Nigeria, our Nigeria. We must protect our Nigeria, our territorial integrity. That is British government language. We have to work hard to keep one Nigeria. Our Nigeria is our own. Who is even in Nigeria? The last time I checked, I'm not in Nigeria. I'm not in Nigeria. Identity opposed on me doesn't make it me. I am a Biafra. And I have said it time without number. Our leader have said it severally. Uche Mefo have said it severally. You see anybody around the globe claiming to be in Nigeria, please take time and ask them question. What part of Nigeria? And they say, no, I'm from Niger Delta. Arrest them, they are criminal. No, I'm from Southeast. Arrest them, they are criminal. I'm from Southwest. They are armed robbers. Very original one. And from Northeast, watch them, they are the terrorists you are talking about. For a Nigerian, you can only have 3 slaves inside Nigeria, 3 British slaves inside Nigeria. The Arewa, the Oduduwa, and the Biafra. Anything more than this, they are criminals. They are criminals or demented people. They don't have sense any longer. They need help. International community, help them. There are 3 mindsets behind this evil enclave called Nigeria. That is why Nigeria is the capital of poverty. Nigeria is the center of terrorists now. You can see the president, the imposter, Asu Rock, has actually endorsed the Sudanese airline, 2 airlines from Sudanese to be coming into Nigeria to and fro without anybody asking why. So Jubri can be able to perfect the criminal activity behind the imposter and Asu Rock, Jubri. Of course, Sudan will most benefit from all the oil well. Very soon you will hear Sudanese oil well in Niger Delta. And they are mad people because they must cover up every atrocity against us as a people. Nigeria has endorsed 2 airlines. You should ask this same Nigeria question. Why do they destroy your airline? Why are they working very hard to destroy Eric airline? Everything that belongs to Biafra, they are destroying it. And somebody says, one Nigeria. If you are a Biafran, you are the reason why we are here this morning. Because here all got that kwaputu. I engage in their guabacha, their mama. Somebody say, no, they are boasting. We know boasting. I know my people who say they are Niger Delta, people from my place, they told me that why they were not in complete support of Ojukwu was because Ojukwu did not carry them along. Some of them said to me vigorously, Ojukwu could not have risen up and said, we're going to fight for Biafra without telling them. But I know my ancestors, my fathers who said this to me were not sincere to themselves. Because the last time I checked, Chukwuma Zogo is supposed to be from my place. The last time I checked, Achuse is supposed to be from my place. And so how exactly was Ojukwu going to tell them? Maybe Ojukwu should have gone back and start giving them bag of rice as APC and PDP are doing. Or maybe Ojukwu should have gone back and begin to beg them like APC and PDP are begging you now to vote for them. And then maybe it would have made sense to them. But I could only see some of them are lazy. And then we don't want to give you, our children, the privilege of repeating the same mistakes some of you made. And so tomorrow your children will say, after IPOB did not consult us, we are consulting you now. We are begging you to wake up from your stupidity. We are asking you to stand up to the challenge and fix that which stares us at the face. Matters of utmost importance we cannot hide out from. And then somewhere you are in one community taking over control by our Salamajiri, and you're telling me, come to my community. I will tell you I'm Ogoni. I will tell you I'm Igbo. I will tell you I'm Niger Delta. I will tell you, you are a madman. You will cure your disease. We are taking time to study the type of drug that you take, so we know the medicine, the medication to apply to you. And so you're the reason why we are here. In case you don't know the truth of who you are, these are some of the reasons why we are here. And later continue to tell you people that the man in Aso Rock is Jubri. You see Nigerian mentality, Nigerian character. They will want to sweep it under the carpet. But if you sweep it under the carpet, does it defile the simple truth that the man in Aso Rock is Sudanese man? Will it change the single fact that the man in Aso Rock is placed there by the Awosa Fulani Alamajiri terrorists as directed by the British government so they can have control of the oil? Did you know that Goodluck Ebere Jonathan was actually removed in order for them not to renew the licensing of the oil well in Biafra land, not in Sokoto or in Lagos or in Yoruba or Awosa land? Do you know that everything they have been doing up to this moment, invasion of our leaders' house, incarceration and indiscriminate killing of IPOB, do you know know that all these things boil down to one thing? They want to be in control of Kasanoye, both Atiku and all of them, and everybody following them from Biafra land. They are all accomplished. We will come for all of them one after the other. Did you notice Peter Obi handle one particular position? His father after him handle. He's now the one in charge. He has autonomy over those positions. Did you know Nyangodo's father was the same position in Nyangodo is? Do you know all these criminal in Biafra land, both Niger Delta and Delta Niger and South and Southeast? Do you know they have a special office prepared for them and their children for all eternity? And then you're going to watch and watch them bamboozle you. But we are going somewhere. When you hear about Nigeria, I'm talking to you students, small girls, small boy, you don't know what is happening. You thought God created Nigeria because our son will be forced to tell you at every instance that God created Nigeria, except Nigerian God is Lord Lugard. Oh God, I hate myself this morning. Why will I call him Lord? Why would I even call him Lord? I can call my landlord Lord. I can call my landlord Lord, but I can't call Lugard Lord. He's a terrorist. He's a dirty, stinking British animal, mercenary, murderer, area boy imported from London to come to Biafra land to set up this menace you are seeing everywhere. That criminal, Lord Lugard, who married a prostitute by prolation, may be your God. He's not our God. God never created Nigeria. Criminal terrorist Lugard. Criminal terrorist Lugard, a British area boy, positioned in India, having raped India. British raped India, raped America, raped everything, raped people. British even sleep with Awasa. When you see Awasa people sleeping with cow and goat, it is what they learn from British government. This is what they do. He came and created Nigeria. I'm talking to you, those of you who don't know what Nigeria is all about. You know, they tell you in history, who discovered the source of River Niger? You say, Isa. In Nigeria, say, it's Mongo Park. Go and find out Mongo Park. Mongo Park did not even finish primary 6. And how can Mongo Park discover Obalu? Ulimini Obalu. How can Mongo Park discover what my father have been drinking from? The very source of stream, the river my father have been drinking from. Thousands of years before Mongo Park or British government was created. Now, your Mongo Park discovered the River Niger. And somebody say, who stop the killing of twins? He say, Isa, Mary Slater stop the killing of twins. They have a house in Calabar to tell you that Mary Slater stop the killing of twins. Who told you our ancestors were killing twins? You think they are that stupid? No wonder everybody taking you to heaven, all of them, including angel. All of them are white men. Moses, white man. Abraham, white man. Isaac, white man. Everybody, white man. Only devil is the black man. And you think you're going to that heaven. You have to think again. We are seeing what you are seeing here every morning because we want you to wake up to your responsibility and understand that if you don't do what you're supposed to do, nobody will do it for you. I think they have granted bail to the 51 Biafran Jewish that were detained illegally by the Nigerian judicial system. Illegally by the Nigerian terrorist police and army. They've granted them bail. Let them hold them, but that will not change the fate of Okezie Ekpazo and every saboteur against this struggle. This is 2019. Gradually, we will come closer to what we want to do to you, and when we are done with you, get ready. Do to us what you want to do to us. Remember, I'm not broadcasting from Germany or America or India or Indonesia. I am inside Biafra land. We will go to conduct broadcasts with those terrorists inside Sambisa Forest. You think we are afraid of you? You have no idea. Our life means nothing without Biafra. This is one message Nigerians should go with today. But for those of you who are Nigerians, who are Biafra inside Nigeria, you are held bondage inside Nigeria. Whether you are army, you are police, you see what they are doing to all of you. Whether you're intelligent civil servant, you see what they are doing to you. Those in the army and in the security apparatus, you are being sent now to be eliminated. Onye Biafra no na Nigeria army na police. I think you see they are cutting your size down. We are the only people that can save you. You will never know the name of those who were murdered. You will only hear, oh, Nigerian army were killed by Boko Haram. These are Biafrans. So, no, you will never hear of your name. But believe me, some of you are stupid, but we love you. We cannot reject our own. If the world rejects us, we can't reject ourselves. We simply cannot abandon you. You are the reason why we are here. You think your AK-47 will do anything? When we are done with Nigeria, our Salama, Nigeria, and Yoruba, they have no. We know what they did to our fathers, to the extent that they can't even pronounce Biafra. Our parents cannot pronounce Biafra. We have marched with the Biafran flag in Abuja. We have marched with Biafran flag in Lagos. We have marched with Biafran flag in Abuja. We have marched with Biafran flag in Biafra land. Not just mentioning the name. You are the reason why we are here. To set this zoo ablaze. British government don't know. It's the easiest job for any IPOB member. Just one movement like this in Onitsha Head Bridge. That is the end of this nation. Called this zoo. Oh God, why am I using wrong language this morning? What is nation? Nigeria is not a nation. It's evil enclave. This zoo called Nigeria will be gone in a minute. And when we talk to those of you in northern Nigeria, in western Nigeria, your story building will not save you. Nothing will save you. We want you to know the truth, because the Bible says you shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. 3 mindset behind Nigeria. When you say Nigeria, 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 don't forget Nigeria is Niger. Niger is Nigeria. Nigeria is Nigeria. Nigeria is our product. Give Nigerian to our people. Don't come out to vote because you don't know what is going to come to you. You have no idea what is coming. This is the reason why we shout every day. This is the reason. Our topic this morning remain 3 mindset behind the Nigeria.
No election in Biafra land. So shall it be. No election in Biafra land. No election in Biafra land. No election in Biafra land. No voting in Biafra land. If you vote for your debt. If you vote for poverty. If you vote for slavery. If you vote for intimidation. We are not Nigerians. We are Biafrans. And they are beginning Biafrans. We are going home. Home, sweet home. Biafra is our home. It's our country. Biafra has come to stay. Oh, hey, Biafra. Oh, hey, Biafra.
Don't let anybody deceive you. Do not allow anybody to deceive you. Biafra is the only hope we have. Biafra is the only hope we have. You must get ready. So when you say, hey, I'm a Nigerian, I don't blame you. You eat Indomie. You grow up very fast and very big. And say you are in Nigeria, but you are a Biafran. That is the true identity. Your mother said, no, that mention Biafra is war. No, I don't have AK-47. We've been with the DSS. They know it's all right. Whatever we're doing here is all right. Even if Alama Jiri did not go to school, they know it's all right. But nothing will change. Nothing will change. As we all know, Nigeria is a country made up of 3 nations, which culture will never allow them to live progressively, no matter what. Yoruba can never be Igbo man. You know, they have name they call us. When they say Igbo man, some useless animal from Niger Delta, we think they are talking to the man in Enugu. Because the last time I checked, the man you call Igbo man self, in Abia State alone, you have over 200 different ethnicity who do not agree that they are all Igbo. This one is Umonyengwa. The other one is Umunya Arochuku. The other one is, oh my God. The system, when I use 3 languages. I use Hausa. We all know Hausa have been conquered. Fulani have conquered Hausa. We use Yoruba. We know Yorubas are not one. We have a Kale, you have a Jebu, you have Kwara, you have Ife. They are not the same. But it's only when they come to Biafra land, they start dividing you. So when I use Igbo man, I'm talking to you Biafra man, I'm talking to you Abo man, I'm talking to you Arochuku man, I'm talking to you Akwa Ibom man, Akwa Ibu. Iwonya Akwa Ibu. Forget about the change the name to Akwa Ibom. It's Akwa Ibu. You think we don't know what is going on. For now, you can swim in stupidity until you are delivered from all these nonsensical British government demons. It can never work. Our cultures will never allow us. Our value system will never allow us to exist as well. British government know this. They played smart. British government, what power? They played smart. The same way they are playing smart with the world today. British government is still busy playing smart. They play smart in India. They play smart in America. They play smart in Africa. They are playing smart everywhere. British government, they are playing smart. I wonder why Adolf Hitler did not wipe them out. I wonder why Adolf Hitler took time and allowed some of the animals to still exist. That is why a terrorist queen is gallivanting everywhere in the name of Theresa May. And you hear all right and the other useless animal everywhere gallivanting. I wonder, people like Adolf Hitler will come out who will hate you with cruel hatred. And so when we talk about Biafra, British government put up a concussion that can never be won. The creation of Nigeria was not a mistake, as the creator has only one agenda in their mind, which is to encourage corruption in different stages and form, as you can see today. When you see what is happening in Nigeria, some of you will say, oh, all those lunatic, we go to Yoruba church or Biafran church or Hausa church and start saying, no, look what Jesus, Oluwawa, amen, 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 ejeka badua. Oh, Ndiara, you are all mad people. No Yoruba church will save you. I tell you, Mbaka will not save you. Suleiman, Onya Hausa will not save you. Nobody will save you, because the creators of Nigeria has put mechanism in place that somebody called the trip-horn law. It enables to cause chaos. It destabilizes the whole system, impoverish you, and make you look so stupid that you think God is going to come from heaven and help you. How many prayers do they pray to tie a road in Japan? How many prayers did they pray to tie a road in America? Did the German pray to tie the road? Did Roman pray to enslave the world? You are praying, oh Lord my God, you can't get out there. Get out there. God hates you. I must tell you this morning, on this very faithful year, if you cannot reason, you are busy embracing the cross of Jesus. Oh Lord my God, when I'm in awesome wonder, considering the grace the Lord have made for me. Oh, I see the error. Get out there and stand up and do the needful. Nigerian can never walk. The same way Yoruba cannot drink akpu without drinking water, and yet go to toilet at ease. That same way, I cannot chop one bag of pepper inside one pot of soup. My system will not accept it. The same way Hausa will bend down and start sucking goat breast, and yet no disease will attack him. The same way I can't suck Hausa breast, I suck my mother breast. I don't envy them. And you see, we are not the same. You have Hausa goat and Igbo goat. Are they the same? They are. Yoruba don't have goat. They are the most miserable people. Sorry for them. They should begin to look for where they come from. I think Yoruba goat should be in Cotonou or one of these African countries where you have Yoruba people. But in Nigeria, you have to distinguish goat. Yoruba, because they don't have goat, they chop ram. But ram belongs to Hausa, a sign of a complete conquered people. When you see Igbo goat on ACC, very unique on its own. Hausa goat don't smell. Very tonzo, no manner. The same way Hausa is. And now somebody come to conquer this entity. Put it together. He says, is here one Nigeria, is here one Nigeria. You don't have brain. You don't have brain. IPOB sell brain drug. Come to us and we'll sell for you. You do the one know the truth. That is why Awolowo said that Nigeria is like oil and water that can never miss. Remember, we are looking at three mindsets. When you talk about Nigeria, you have three mindsets. If you are not properly infused in the cell where you belong to, you'll be moving like a lunatic. When we call you monkey and babu, it's because we have discovered that you don't know where you belong and you are misfunctioning. And of course, you are less than monkey and a babu. Yorubas know the truth. The Oduduwas know the truth. That is why Awolowo said, as early before your father and your mother were born, as early as possible, they said Nigeria is like water and oil that cannot miss. Those of you who study physics, geography, and the rest of you, you know oil and water can never miss. That is Nigeria. Awolowo said this. Awolowo was actually a slave of the British government. They trained them up. Train them up to prepare to promote this one Nigeria you see today. But Awolowo, he couldn't hide it any longer. He said it openly to the international global community and said Nigeria is like oil and water. It can never miss. So when you know the Yoruba know that of the truth. There is nothing like one Nigeria. And with the knowledge of their leader, Yoruba have leader, believe me. They have leader. Abiola is a leader. Awolowo is a leader. They have so many leaders, I must tell you. They are not my leader. What do they call this man? Our leader's friend. I've forgotten his name. Kayode Fayoshe. These are leaders, I must tell you, who's been working very hard for the Yoruba people. Fela is a leader. It doesn't matter if they are criminal. Obasanjo is a leader. Forget he raped my women, my mothers, my sisters in Asaba. Obasanjo raped many of them. Pick a wife, shared it among the Hausa people to maintain their relevance. It's not what I'm looking at, but they are good leader for Yoruba people. And this morning, I must say kudos to all of you. I cannot see why our leader had a little soft landing for Yoruba to have a friend with FFK. Of course, FFK is very wonderful man. I wish he was from Biafra land. When you are from Yoruba, we will acknowledge your goodness when your people dismember this evil enclave created by the British government. But we must go. You are a good leader for your people, not for me. In case Adi Amama. You are all good leader, Yoruba people, for your people, because you know that your fathers and ancestors told you that Nigeria is like oil and water that can never miss. That is why you went back, congregate around your people. You built a media empire that you used to blackmail us as Biafra in order to remain in control of our very resources. Yoruba, this is for your own. No rukwa Jesu. Amen. Amen. Ndiara. You did well for yourself. Believe me, I acknowledge all of you. Because you people, your ancestors know the truth. They pass the truth to the next generation. And the next generation is following the line, the guideline given by their father. This is the Ududu One Nation. The Arewa also know the truth. That is why Ahmadu Bello acknowledged that Nigeria can only be referred as the end state of their forefather, which they must ruthlessly dominate. Ahmadu Bello, one of the founding fathers, those animals that British use. You know, British took 3 people for experiment. One of them is Awolowo, one of them is Ahmadu Bello, the next one is Nnamdi Azikiwe, one of them was 9 years, the next one was 6 years, and maybe the next one was 4 years. They were still sucking their mother breast. British brought them forward and said, you will be the president and the founding father of Nigeria, and British moved back as the devil they are, manipulated these people. But no matter how much manipulation was placed on these people, they know the truth. The truth remains that they are not Nigeria. So everybody at the end of British experiment went back and re-educated their people. Only that one group out of greed remain where they are. Ahmadu Bello said to our people, you know, our people were not wake up to, when I came to this land, my people were not so alive to their responsibility. And now, as much I can foresee, we have wake up to our responsibility, because if we want to do a job in this zoo called Nigeria, and we don't see somebody from Alamajiri, where I come from, I think I should employ British government. And when British government feel that they are so high and lofty that they cannot be used to do the job, and then I think I will look for a fairer Nigeria. But as far as I can foresee, this zoo called Nigeria, we outside Lamajiris, we are going to use gun to deal with the Igbos. That is what they call Biafrans, Igbos, because the Yorubas have submitted already. You can see the evidence, because when they leave Kwara for us and allow Emir to exist in Kwara, and I can tell you, they are submitted already. They are mad people. And the waters they can and praise there. This is not a platform to praise animals. 3 mindset behind this entity called Nigeria. Ahmadu Bello spelled it out for his people. Awusa Alamajiri. Watch Awusa, 99.9% of Hausa people are living below abject poverty. Below abject poverty. They push wheelbarrow from Adamaturu to Arugongo, from Arugongo to Suleja, from Suleja to wherever. They can even push it to hellfire. Just give them tramadol. When you hear Awusa man banding tramadol, you think he's doing it for Biafra. Awusa consume tramadol. The only tramadol Hausa will consume globally. The whole world will not consume it. These are the truths they don't want you to know. But Ahmadu Bello knows the truth. Because he does not believe in stealing like some governors in Biafra land, enriching his family, and massaculating or bringing words together that his children cannot consume, even in 20 lifetime. These people fight. They could, of course, they impoverish their people so they remain in power. But whatever they are doing at the end of the day is to capture the zoo called Nigeria as their forefather estate and subject it under the control of their own children. And Hausa have been carrying that out. They are in charge of checking point. They are Boko Haram. They are Fulani Hesme. They are Miati Allah. Forget that disguise. When I say Jubri now appoint Buhari sister Amena to become the INEC automatic endorsement officer. And one will just be wondering, what is going on? Nothing is going on. They are doing what they have been taught to do. They are doing what they must do to ensure that Alamajiri Fulanis will take over the future of Nigerian people very close. And then British government at the end of the day, one truth I know is that when Awasa Alamajiri Fulani terrorists are allowed to dominate and conquer and Islamize the whole of Nigeria, then British government will come as world power and take over everything these thinking useless animals are doing at this very moment. British government are waiting for them to finish the dirty job, then they will wipe them out. And now, our mindset there is that they are the owner of Nigeria. They are born to rule. Army is registered in Hausa. Police is registered in Hausa. Air Force is registered in Hausa. Artillery is registered in Hausa. INEC is registered in Hausa. Nigeria is registered in Hausa. We are not Islam, but we are under Sharia law. Everything about Nigeria is Hausa. Only Navy that is registered in English language. You know why? Because British government came through the sea. At least they want to maintain that pathway. Hausa, British, Fulani, or what do they call them? Arabs can't read English. English can't read Arab, except they go and study it. And so British leave a pathway for them to always come in and go back, and they think nobody is in there. Now, the unfortunate thing now is that Biafrans can read Arab, they can read Rabra, they can read English, they can read Lish. Any language you call it, we are there already. You see, that is why you are not God. You are lower than an animal, and very soon the world will know. You see, I could remember when Nebuchadnezzar walked upon the temple, the building in his very palace, and he said, "This world I have created, who can take it from me? This world I have created." And God said, "You are animal." And he was forced to live 7 years like animal. It will come to all of you. I remember when the Romans built the iron horse, they trembled around the globes. Yes, they were powerful. Where are they today? I could remember when British bring the wooden ship, the iron ship, they took over the Romans. Believe me, you have no idea what the world have in stocks. But don't let me confuse you. We're looking at just 3 mindsets behind Nigeria. And now, having explained Yoruba and Hausa, you see that their founding father were actually very ready to make sure that everything about Nigeria will work for the favor of their people. They know Nigeria will not last for long, but as long as Nigeria lasts, it must work for the good of their people. And now you have the third mindset. But in the knowledge of all this information and revelation, the Biafran said, "Let us work hard to build one Nigeria." Nnamdi Azikiwe. His interest was not on his people, but was selfishly motivated, as you can see till this day. As you can see in this life of those who call themselves our leaders. Nnamdi Azikiwe, who was supposed to represent the Biafran people, why the Yoruba made their people to understand that, look, Nigeria is like oil and water. It can never be one. Ahmadu Bello says, "See, Nigeria can never be one. We must conquer them and take what belongs to them." And now our own leader, who is Nnamdi Azikiwe, who is older than Ahmadu Bello and Awolowo, stupidly, out of greed and stupidity, out of foolishness, say, "No, we must work hard to build one Nigeria." Although these 3 people were trained by British government, they told them the role to play. And so when they were doing this thing, they thought they could be justified in their action. Yoruba looked forward to the future of their unborn children. Hausa looked forward, Fulani terrorists, to the future of their unborn children. But the Biafran leader did not look forward to the future of their unborn children, as our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, is currently doing. Because what we are fighting for on this platform is not for us. If God is merciful enough, we'll enjoy a bit of it. But it is for our unborn children. Nnamdi Azikiwe said, "No, allow Nigerian to be. We're going to work things out." Where are you going to work things out when the British government is always on the way looking for means to steal oil without being noticed by the rest community globally? You see, that is where he made a mistake. You now understand what we're saying. Nnamdi Azikiwe was Billy Gadavanten, Zik of Africa, Zik of Africa. Onye achọkwa ichi Africa, ichibe Onitsha, ichi Africa. This is how stupid you are. Ahmadu Bello did not want to rule Nigeria. He wanted to hold the Northerners. He know the Middle Belt are not Northerners. He still want to use them as willing tools. Yoruba don't want to own Nigeria. They are even telling you that our people are from Yoruba. Benin people are missing already because Yoruba manipulated, and some people in Warri are so stupid that Benin people are manipulating them. These people are trying to grab all the land. And Zik is busy flying plane. Zik of Namibia, Zik of Malawi, Zik of South Africa, Zik of Ndoshin and Diara, and he abandoned his people. You must wake up. 3 mindset. Now you have seen them. Yoruba mindset is to protect Yoruba. Hausa mindset is to protect Hausa. But Biafra mindset, all of them are criminals. You can see today. All these governors jumping up and down. We say continue vote. All of them. Anybody that tells you to vote has a mindset to embezzle money, to mortgage our future on the expense of their children having good life. British government knew that with the present of these 3 puppets of theirs, it will give room to create the most unstable country in the world, to enable them steal gas and oil without us knowing, because they have created so many distractions to make your so-called leader to pretend to be fighting for your well-being, as you can see today. Watch our governor. It doesn't matter if he's Akwa Ibom governor. It doesn't matter if he's Ukowa. Ukowa is my elder brother. Ukowa, the governor of Delta State, is my elder brother. I played ball with him in the street of Agbo. I'm not telling you in Germany. In Agbo, I played ball with Ukowa. I played ball with, what do they call him? Ndokairabo, this day newspaper. I played ball with Jim Ovia, Zenith Bank. I played ball with all these people along the street. I know who they are. I know when they did not wash their pants. I know everything about them. But you know what? I'm not blaming them this hour. I'm only calling them to stand up and face their responsibility, to face their reality. Because as we speak, I know how many times they've bombed this day newspaper. I know how many times they've bombed this day newspaper just to bring down this man, Ndokairabo. I know how many what they are working hard to take over Zenith Bank. The same way they take over Bank PH, which is now Keystone Bank. I know how they are working very hard. Ukowa is just a small boy. He's learning politics. I know what they are doing. Now, what am I trying to say in effect? All these people you see, our people must wake up and do what they're supposed to do. You must wake up. Don't deceive yourself. No, I'm not Igbo. I'm Igbo. You are not Igbo. You are Igbo. Igbo ni Igbo. Mama. You are not Igbo. You are Igbo. Sorry. No, I'm Indian. Where are your data, Niger data militants? You will get angry now. But you can only smoke Igbo. You can't do anything. The Ghana must go is not coming. You want to blow pipeline, and you think you are deceiving anybody. You are looking at your bank account. You are looking at your bank account. Watch all these people, Niger Data, Niger, Amnesty, Ohanes Ndibu. All of them are a group of criminals. They are interested in their own family and not the future generation of Biafra. You see, when we talk about our leader, Mazenamika, people don't understand why we cherish him. People don't understand why we love him, because he's not after his bank account. He's not after enriching himself. This morning we have to preach very long so you can be delivered. I'll be back in a minute, my brothers.
Do you know that since 1914...
Ladies and gentlemen, Ezinne.
Greetings, reference all over the world. My name is Ezinne, and I want to dedicate this song to my able director, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for his love, his kindness, his faithfulness towards we the Biafrans. I say may Chukwu Kabiama continue to bless, protect him, and guide him from the eyes of our foes. I also want to appreciate my family, the great family writers. They have been wonderful through their articles. I say may Chukwu Kabiama continue to give them more intellect to write more. Thank you all. When he spoke, the world trembles. Pastor said his truth indeed. Here's a chance to set me free. Here's a chance to dry my tears. We Biafrans are grateful. Father's red love showed on us. Attention for Kabiama to send them the sun. Nnamdi Kanu, oh, Nnamdi Kanu, you are the one. Nnamdi Kanu, you are the one. You
Yes, and I must appeal to you, if you are listening to me, if I have not released the line, don't call my line. When you call my line when the number has not been given, you are only trying to frustrate my effort. Don't call my line. Because you have access to my private line does not mean you should call me when you know I'm on air. I know you are listening. You've been calling me and I've been cutting your line. I can be very nasty when I want to be. So please stop calling my line. Now we must continue. So you can see this war did not start today. The war did not start today. British government has properly repositioned themselves. So steal oil, nobody will notice. Nobody will notice that they are stealing oil. British government have done that. But within the entity, the evil enclave called Nigeria, you have the Arewa, the Oduduwa, and the Biafrans. Yoruba did well for themselves. They made sure that in the school, they have told you now you will not be granted admission as a Biafran into Lagos State University until you can speak Yoruba. Can you go to Nigerian Defense Academy without changing your father's name, Chukuma Nwankwo, to our surname? It's not possible. The war has started already. This is a war we must fight. This is a war we must win. For if only the option they give to us is to forge our freedom in the fire of war, believe me, we are ready for them. You want us to forge our freedom in the fire of war? It's not our father. We are not our father. I'm not my father. Believe me, what I can do, my father has not even dreamed of a quantum, a bit of it. And don't remind me, we know what we did, you rape and you rape. We have studied everything you did to us. We will come back to you. We will come back to you. Our leader have told you. Our leader has made it clear to you over and over again. Don't give us the option. In fact, the way Nigeria is going, they are giving us one option. And that one option is that our freedom will come with war. But be rest assured, our leader has completed his mission.
Fear before our enemies. We have sworn an oath to restore Biafra, or we die in the process. There will be no retreat and no surrender. If the option they give to us is to seek our restoration by violence, every living thing living in the zoo will be destroyed. All the animals will be destroyed. It's a promise and a pledge we're making to them.
Yes, don't let anybody deceive you. I must tell you this morning, if they choose, if they allow us to forge our freedom in the fire of war, we are very ready. The reason why IPOB is here, the reason why Uchimefo is here, the reason why our supreme leader, Mazen Nandekano, is here, doing what we are doing and preparing to do what we have to do. And what we must do is because of the mindset of the so-called leaders in Biafra land. The Oduduwa leaders are very good bargainers. On the expense of our people, the Biafran people, academically, the Yorubas. Religiously, your pastor is a Yoruba man. Politically, your leaders are Hausa, Yoruba, and otherwise. They put the future of their unborn children ahead of their greed. They put the future of their unborn children ahead of their selfishness. They put the future of their unborn children ahead of their personal interests. The Arewa leaders, on the other hand, are not very good manipulators like the Yoruba Oluwoles. So confront the whole is with aggression. With the support from the British government, they keep conquering the rest of the zoo. The military Boko Haram, they took over Kwara State. The military Boko Haram, they have checking point everywhere in Biafra land. They are not satisfied. British government told them, leave the Igbos. Of course, that is the Biafran. They went to school. They will be using biro. You put your people in the army. You know you are Alamajiri. You are like a goat. You can't reason properly. Just become Alamajiri. Carry gun AK-47. At the end of the day, we know biro and pencil that the one that we control. AK-47 and biro, which one we control? British government taught them very well. As you can see to date. Because they put the future of their unborn children ahead of their greed. Awosa are armed robbers. DSS agent, police, army, Awosa Fulani. Once you hear this Alamajiri anywhere, what they loot, our leaders say they don't pick, they carry the whole safe bus. But this is because they're fighting for the interest. They are stealing and looting for the interest of their unborn children. What about the politicians in Biafra land? But just like in Nnamdi Azikiwe, all the so-called leader you have today in Biafra land follow the way of Balaam. They all follow the way of Gehazi. They all follow the way of Ekan. Greedy people, people who thought that godliness can be gained by embezzlement. Greed is the order of the day for them. They have accumulated so much wealth for themselves that the only thing they think of is second tenure, second tenure, second tenure. They don't have the interest of their people at heart. All they fight for is how to remain in power. This is why we have nothing to show for all the wealth they have stolen. They have nothing to present, no present plan for their people, talk less of future plans of the next generation. Our condition don't touch them. They are very, very, very criminals. They are there manipulating us. They are there deceiving us, telling you, no, you can vote for second tenure, and then worry when we vote Igbo presidency. Can you tell me one Biafran leader who served without being humiliated, who served for the interest of Biafran people without being humiliated or even killed? Can you tell me one voice speaking for Biafran people aside the voice of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? As a Biafran listening to me this morning, can you tell me one Biafran politician with any good agenda to truly empower Biafrans? Now you see the reason why all Biafrans must stand up to our leader. We must congregate around our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, to make sure that we help this one and only man who has stood up for over 58 years to speak for the collective interest of the Biafran people to this very moment. We must stop voting. We must stop all this rubbish in Biafra land. We must work very hard to ensure that Biafra is restored. Don't let anybody deceive you. The journey is not going to be easy. Okisi Ekpazu will be a testament to the fact that we are not here to play. Everybody, politicians in Biafra land, even Ukowa, even in Wiki, do the right thing now or get ready. Get ready. All of you, get ready. I'm in Biafra land, I'm not in diaspora. You will understand that. You know, you work very hard to, let's silence Nnamdi Kanu. Let's silence Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. You know, when we silence him and somewhere along the line, we are going to have control over IPOB. Do you know how IPOB is? Ihe anyị na-eme wihe mo onye anyị na-achọrọ aja nwoke mo. Ihe anyị na-eme wihe mo onye anyị na-achọrọ aja bụ oke mo. I'm sorry if you don't understand what I'm saying. I cannot help you. I have to learn it anyway. I have to learn. What we are doing here is beyond Okije Ekpazo, is beyond Rojas Okorocha, is beyond any politician in Biafra land. Call yourself Niger Delta Niger, warlord, Lord War. What we are doing here is more than all of you. What we are doing here is for those who have died because of Biafra. What we are doing here is because of the future of our unborn children. But we must fight on. At this moment, I must tell you, our lines are open, and now you can call. Those of you who've been calling my private line, this is the time you will have to call. Of course, our WhatsApp number remains 081. Our WhatsApp number is 081 828 169 64. Our WhatsApp number, like I said, is 081 828 169 64. And our direct line is 081 221 52971. Our direct number once again is 081 221 52971. Of course, if they want to kill us from the backyard, we want to afford them the privilege to come out openly and kill us. They want gas and oil, we'll give them gas and oil. Their children will swim in gas oil. Biafran, you must fight on. I'll be back in a minute.
Do you know that since 1914 to date, up to 15 million Biafrans has been killed and massacred by the Islamic Republic of Nigeria? And do you know that Nigeria is a zoo, a creation of a white man, and it has expired? We must fight to the end and know the truth. Now we must win this battle and no surrender. Yes, we be dying, now we be crying. That's the freedom all we need. To go keep the Abiyama can save us. Cause the children call on you. Biafra must still be free from bondage. Biafra must still be free from killings. Biafra must to be free, 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 free from Nigeria. Biafra must to be free, 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 free from slavery. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name. May thy kingdom come on earth, O Biafra. The time is now, I fight on you formidable soldiers. I can see the lights at the end of the tunnel. Victory is sure.
Yes, victory is sure, and there is no way, no going back. Call on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Your name and where are you calling from? Call on WhatsApp.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning, my brother. Go ahead. The word is listening. Yes, my brother, just hold on a little bit. One or two challenge there, but we must continue. Yeah, can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, sir.
Go ahead, please. The word is listening.
Yeah, I will be up, friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. I will be so brief in my contribution this morning. And my contribution is nothing but I want to let Biafrans know that whatever you are doing in this world is all about prayer and never prayers. We have prayed enough. The white men channeled our brain towards prayers. Why they channel their brains towards practical? They use their brain to create all they are creating, and they channel our brain to prayers. And there's no way we can continue praying that a vehicle made in heaven will fall from heaven. Impossible. Help those who help themselves. Everything must be practical. It's not all about prayers. We must engage our brain. That is the highest blessing Chukwuoke gave us. In fact, I have begun to personally, I have begun to ignore the Bible European God, because Bible European God is confusing. Let us embrace our Chukwuoke, who led our ancestors, our forefathers, to the glory where we are today. And in fact, finally, because I don't want to waste time, let us know that the only route, the only channel, the only teacher, the only university we have is Nnamdi Kanu and the Judge Onibe. I am sincerely humbled this morning because I have learned. In fact, no lawyer, no so-called learned idiots who call themselves lawyer can challenge me today. I pull down any of them that comes across me. Even my lawyer, I pull him down because he's a learned idiot, except Ifeanyi Ejiofor, who is wonderful. So please, Biafrans, it's not all about prayers. We have prayed enough. We need to involve our brain at work. Let us be mentally tough and defeat these idiots and evangelists. Good morning, Biafrans, and good morning on you. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, my brother. We must continue. This is Radio Biafra Extra. For the avoidance of that, yes, caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from? Caller on the line.
Good morning.
Yes.
Morning, my name is AY. I'm calling from Biafra land. Hello, Kim, and we are low. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you are, according to your time zone. I'm a Fukunavu, Eli Hurona, Azurito, Ambalizo, Nangu Hete Nome, Nawak. And we are. I see Ata to Biafra. It has only Biafra. Kita o Biafra. Biafra. Iferigo. May I identify. So may yourself register. No IPOB. Koro na IPOB. Ya. Upolu me muzi. As we huna. Nasisike. Enoku. So my brothers and my sisters, I, AY, am telling you, go and become an IPOB member. The Bible says that faith without work is dead. So when you have faith in something, put it in action. Even if you are praying for something to happen or for you to get a work, you cannot just sit down and pray and work with others first. You must work and find a work. So doing it without putting it as work is dead. So all the others should come up. You know, all these people have deceived us so much. I met an Hausa man one day, and the Hausa man was saying, when he saw me, say, so boy, he started speaking. I think I am not an Hausa man. Speak English or speak this Biafra language for me. He said, Biafra, no, they are saying that there is Biafra. He said, I'm Niger Delta, that 3 people make up a nation. I thought, so if 3 people make up a nation, which is Igbo, Hausa and Yoruba, then where is Niger Delta? Is Niger Delta not inside Igbo state? He said, no, that me, I'm associated, then if it is so, and then there will be 4 people that made up Nigeria. There will be Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, and Niger Delta. He said, no, that this side is Niger Delta. The other side is Igbo. I said, come and you get out and move up from here. I asked him, is there anything like Oduduwa Kingdom? He said, yes. And Hausa man, I said, is there anything like Arewa Kingdom? He said, yes. I said, then if there is Arewa, then there must be Biafra. He said, no, Biafra, no, they are okay. If there is no Biafra, then there is no Arewa. Then he can't attack me. I'll attack him back. When he not see that I am so serious, he ran away. You understand me? We should know who we are and stop deceiving ourselves, or stop letting all those Yoruba people to do what? To deceive us. Pray. Yes, prayer is good, but put it in action. Come out, or you will not have people. I'm talking to you will not have my brothers. Come out. I'm not hearing your voice on the radio.
Thank you very much. Maze, why? You know, the problem is when the Heroha is on the studio, you won't even know. Because what is your real name? Your really Heroha name?
My real name is Chitachi.
Chitachi.
Chitachi. You can call me Chitachi.
Okay, Litachi. And now you see, Chitachi. Now, if I have come on air and say my name is Chitachi, they will think I'm from Enugu. They will think I'm from Abia. They will never think I'm from Iguacha. What I'm saying in effect is that there are a lot of Ikwiri people, Heroha people coming on studio, mentioning their name. You will never know they are from Heroha. The only thing is there that the impediment, the division, the seed of discord sowed in our midst by Nigerian government as orchestrated by the British government remains there. They come. So many of them, I must tell you. Many of them. Okay, but it's good you are encouraging them to do the needful.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, my brother.
Thank you.
God bless you. AY Diale. AY Omega one of Igbo land. We must continue. Yes, call on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Call on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Call on WhatsApp. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Mazonyebe, good morning.
Good morning.
Mazonyebe, good morning, and happy New Year.
My directorates. I hope I'm correct.
Yeah.
You know,
Mazonyebe,
English is very, very complicated, but we have to go along with it. Yes.
Yes. Really, I wish you and your family, I wish you a happy New Year. I love so much what you're doing. You know, when we wake up in the morning, wherever we are in the world, and we are listening a voice, somebody who wakes up, even though we are like, from where I am calling you, it's like 2 hours. But yes, when we call like this in the morning and we hear your voice, you know, hitting the zoo very hard, you know, it gives our hearts leaps for joy. This morning, dear friends, my name is Mazi Chinasanworu. I am from Obingwa. Obingwa is in Aba province in Biafra land. I am a member of the Indigenous People of Biafra Directorate of State. And I am here this morning to wish all Biafrans Happy New Year. And we thank all of you who took the gospel for the restoration of Biafra to your villages, to your communities, to your towns, where they do not know much about search for the restoration of Biafra. I thank all of you who dedicated your time. Some of you did not go for celebration, but you went home, you went to the villages just to spread this gospel for the restoration of Biafra and the gospel for no referendum, no election in Biafra land. This morning, I just want to give a little contribution to things that are happening in our land. We are in 2019, and we are expecting that every Biafran, those who refuse to wake up, those who decided to sit on the fence, those who are still in slumber, 2019, we want all of you to wake up. It's not that everybody must join this fight to go to the war front. It's not that everybody will follow us to do what we are doing, but most times, face the reality. Try to understand that things are really bad. Try to understand that indeed that Biafrans need their freedom. We want you to understand. You stop criticizing what your brothers are doing. You stop being a saboteur against everything we are doing. Try to support your people who are fighting for the restoration of Biafra. Even if today we are going to war, not everybody will be in the war front. Not everybody will carry the gun. There will be people who will be doing humanitarian job. There will be people who will be doing all kinds of things. Even there are people who will be convincing people. Talking the best way to market the restoration of Biafra, the gospel for the restoration of Biafra. Talk to people one-on-one. When you speak to people one-on-one, you will make a very strong impact. For those of you who are still scared, I know that human beings, there are those who are born coward. There are those who are born to be, very foolish. There are those who are born to be selfish. But once in a while, in this Biafran restoration, what matters so much is to be a nationalist before humanist. Because you need to be a nationalist. You need to be a Biafran nationalist. You need to focus that what we need now is Biafra. After that, we can talk any other thing. Most of you, I think by now, your hearts. You are having a fainted heart because you have seen how the things are going to move. You have seen Buhari have appointed his own niece, and INEC told you you are not the one to tell them who to appoint to be the INEC, do you understand, chairman or anything, the INEC commissioner who will announce the results. This shows you a lot of things. This tells you what is about to come. So I start to agree that truly Jonathan is the cause of all this problem. Because I have never seen a president who gave in so cheaply, so easily like Jonathan. I have never seen in my life. Because if Jonathan did not give in to this, people will not be in this kind of situation. Jonathan did not even give a fight. Jonathan did not do anything. He dropped all our people. He abandoned our people on the way.
My brother, let me, I don't like interrupting you as my leader.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, about Jonathan, he's not been there before. We never know what he went through. Remember, this constitution that governs this zoo called Nigeria is actually the handwork of 1 hour Sama, which can be amended without consulting Jonathan. Jonathan was not prepared to even be a vice president of Nigeria, not to talk of being a president of Nigeria. The same way Jubri is in Aso Rock now. That is how Jonathan got there. I can only pity Jonathan. He has to fight for his life. It's just that he made mistake along the line. But while we're still looking at Jonathan, we must understand that Jonathan ruled Nigeria under the barrier of gun. Obama was there to call him 24 hours every day. Obama, president of America, was intimidating Jonathan. And Jonathan didn't have the support of IPOB. If we were as vocal as we are today, I think Jonathan would have. Obama should clap for himself for installing a Sudanese man as a president of Nigeria. And I just want to bring in what all these enemies have done in the midst of our people. Sorry for interrupting you, my brother.
That's right, Mr. Mazi George Onibe. That is quite all right. But if Jonathan, knowing the history, knowing how our people have suffered, it was also a very big chance for Jonathan to at least, but at that time, even our people were killed. and there was nothing. We know his hands are very tight, but let us move forward and discuss other things that are affecting our people. Today, as you were reading in your headlines, 2 Sudanese airlines has been approved to be arriving in Kanu International Airport, I mean, from Khartoum to Kanu. There is something our people need to know. In Sudan, there is more than 1.5 million Syrian refugees. Both the ISS that have already been scattered, have been pursued in Syria, they are all in Sudan. Now, Nigeria have just opened a gateway for ISS to move into Nigeria and to Kanu for that matter. Our people in Kanu supposed to be very careful because no matter what you do, now if you look at it, it looks like Boko Haram have a limit. Shakau have done to the limit. They need to bring in more professionals who are going to lead this particular war, and the time have come because it's time for election. And this cabal, they are not sleeping. Our people should also know that from Sudan, there is a rail from Sudan all to Niala. Niala, people goes by car to N'Djamena in Niger, and from N'Djamena, they are already in Gamborungala, in Borno State. These are all porous border. The Nigerian government continue to bring in foreigners from the Arab country, terrorists stepping into Nigeria, and most of the governors, they are not seeing it. Some of them think, I have a passport, I have a visa, tomorrow I will fly out with my children, but they don't know they are going nowhere. Most of them who think they can kill our people and go away free, they are not going anywhere. This is a promise we are making them. They are not going anywhere. Okezi Bazo, all Ngwa people have seen the Okezi Bazo, all of them was clamoring, okay, we want an Ngwa. In leadership, you do not need your own. In where there is leadership, your own, because anybody who knows what leadership is, when you goes into office, you know what to do for your people. What Ngwa people who supported Okezi Bazo, what have Okezi Bazo have done for any of you? There are no roads. Maybe during this election now, they will bring in Caterpillar. They will start bulldozing everywhere. Election has come. They will start to mesmerize all of you with all this nonsense. And as foolish as all of you are, let us vote him for the second time. There is no problem. It is good. He will do something for the second time. He will not do anything. And another thing about Okezi Bazo, as long as Okezi Bazo have decided to kill our people, none of them will be forgiven. He can run to anywhere he is, but we are not going to forget Okezi Bazo, Willie Obiano, Dave Umahi. All these men, Rocha Sokorocha, we are not going to. The time is at hand. They should look at the clock. The clock is ticking, and we are not leaving any one of them. We are watching every one of them, and none of them will have peace. We want to urge all our people, all Biafrans, wherever you are, we say there is no election in Biafra land. We do not want any poster, anybody, any politician, wherever his poster is, we don't want to see them. We don't want to see their poster. We don't want to see them campaigning. This time around, it is them and Ipob. We have to tell them that we own this land. Some people will say, oh, you are talking and you are doing. They have to thank their God that some of us are not in Biafra land. Because if anything happens to any of our leaders, we don't have time to negotiate. We have no time to discuss. We will straightly go to war. It is our fathers that they won. We will fight with them. If they win us, we will succumb. Our children will start the fight. But if they don't win us, you cannot beat my father. You said I should accept that you have beaten my family. I will not accept that. If Nigerian government, if the set of Obasanjo and all the Buhari, all of them fought the Nigerian Civil War during 1967 to 1970, and they feel they defeated our parents, this time around, we are in the 21st century. We are in the 20s. We are asking them, we will engage their children. We will engage them since they decide that we will continue to be slaves in our own land, and we will tell them that we are not going to be slaves any longer. This 2019, it is a year. It is Biafra or death. Mazonibe, I will leave you here so that other people can come in and also give their own contribution this morning. And may Chukwu Okike Abiama bless you, bless all Biafrans. This 2019, it will be a year, it will be a remarkable year in this our restoration project. May Chukwu Okike Abiama bless you and bless everyone wherever you are and you are working for the restoration of Biafra. All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra. Thank you very much, Mazi Nasa. But we must continue. Our people must know the truth. Our people must understand the time where we are. The Bible says that the children of Issachar are more than the other ones because the Berean Christians are more knowledgeable than other Christians because they understand the meaning of time. If you understand the meaning of time, you get ready for what is coming. Don't let anybody deceive you. Don't let anybody deceive you. There is nothing they will do that will change the condition, the position of things globally. Believe me, you can take the, hey, they're just talking. It's going to happen. Nikume ya kunye raja abon afia. Nikume ya kunye raja abon ofia. Nikume ya kunye raja abon ofia. Many amani henry kuni gota kiken. Biafra is all we want. Not Ududuwa land, not Arewa land, not the Yoruba land, not Hausa land. All we want is Biafra restoration. It doesn't matter how they push it. Our people must get ready. There is three mindsets inside this zoo called Nigeria. The Yorubas are working very hard to protect their people. The Hausas are working very hard to protect their people. The Biafrans are being collecting amnesty and other useless bribe and second tenure in order to subjugate us, keep us where we are. The question is now is, will the general populace of Biafran people accept this they are doing to us, or we're going to work hard and do what we are supposed to do? What exactly is going to be the next card we play? Yes, caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from? Sorry, caller on WhatsApp, your name and where are you calling from? Caller on WhatsApp, your name and where are you calling from? Yes, just give me some minute there. Go ahead, the word is listening.
Okay, sir.
Yes, go ahead, my brother.
Okay, Mazi George, good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning from here.
Yeah, my name is Chema Nwokiku Gochuku. I'm calling you from India. I hail from Mbe. Mbe is in Olo province, Biafra land. Mazi, I want to appreciate Chukwu Okike Abiama for answering our prayer, for bringing his son, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to come and take us out where we're not supposed to be, to put us where we're supposed to be. I'm making this prayer is just because of those their hands are clean. I thank Chukwu Okike for doing it for us, for taking us out of the Egypt and put us in our land where we come from. The name of Chukwu Okike Abiama be praised now and forever. He said, I want to thank Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for obeying the call. Eru onwe ụka ịhụ na o delivera ụmụ Chukwu. Ekene dịrị gị Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ụwa niile na-akpọ gị ọhamadike, na-akpọ gị ebugharịcha adọwa, anụ nyere onye ụsa, onye naanị a na-ebu ogwe. Ọkpụkpụ atụpụrụ nkịta agụọ na-agụ nkịta hapụ ọkpụ gbafuo pụọ na-ayọ ọkpụkpụ ọzọ. Chukwu Okike Abiama nọnyere gị Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mụnwa na onwe m na-akpọ gị Chima Nwokiku Ugochukwu na-akpọ gị onye eziokwu n'ihi na ị na-efe Chukwu eziokwu. Ekene dịrị gị. Chukwu Okike Abiama gbaa gị ume, nye gị mmụọ amamihe, more wisdom upon your life. Chukwu Okike gọzie Maazị Uche Mofọ, Maazị George Onyibe, our sister Nne Anya, Radio Biafra 1, 2 US, 1 US 2, Middle East, Motherland, Sunrising. Asị m otu ọbụla unu si wee tikọ aka na-agba mbọ a ịhụ na a napụtara ndị eji ndị nọ na-agbụ. Chukwu Okike Abiama nọnyere unu. Mazi, I want to thank you especially because it has been long for 2 to 3 days. I have not heard your voice. I was thinking, what is happening? But we thank God you are back again. We give Chukwu Okike Abiama all the glory. Yeah, we give Chukwu Okike Abiama all the glory. I want to thank all the IPOB, all over the world, anywhere you are, what we are talking is referendum. There is no voting in Biafra land again. Referendum we are talking about. Let us take what belongs to us. My brothers from Mumbai that is staying all the whole countries, please join the IPOB family. Those that is down there in our home, join the IPOB family. Make sure that you are receiving informations and make sure that you are also preaching the Radio Biafra all over. Yeah, make sure that you are preaching it to everybody. Let us support this struggle. One thing must kill a man. It will be okay. Yeah, it will be okay for me to die for Biafra than to die for what I don't know. That's someone that forced me to go and do. Oh, hey, Biafra. Thank you very much.
My brother.
Let me give chance and make our brothers also to contribute.
Yes,
because this is our platform. It belongs to us. Thank you, sir.
I must appreciate you. You have done. God, Chuko Kikabiama have used you to do miracle in my life, like you said. I must appreciate you, my brother. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Yes,
what you have done, the world will know at the right time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Job. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. May Chuko Kikabiama keep all the IPOB hard call all over the world. My prayer for us that all of us will see Biafra. In Chuko Kikabiama's name, I pray.
Yes, we must continue. Now, our WhatsApp number remains 081. Our WhatsApp number remains 081. For those of you asking for the WhatsApp number, it remains 081 081 828 16964. Our WhatsApp number once again remains 081 828 16964. And again, our direct line is 081 221 52971. And for the avoidance of doubt, it is a live broadcast. Yes, caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from? Caller on the line, can you hear me?
My name is Ipob. I'm calling from Heart of the Zoo, Nasarawa State.
The world is listening.
I want to appreciate you. I want to greet you, all our family members in Nasarawa State and all over the world. Mazinam de Kano and Uchimofo, and anybody working assiduously to bring Biafra to limelight, to restore Biafra. I greet you all Biafra Mazunibe. Good morning. What we are preaching here is no election. And we are preaching Radio Biafra to the rest of our Biafra people and the lovers of Biafra and lovers of freedom. People working assiduously to make this cause come to be. I cover them in the mighty name of Jesus. I'm urging our family members in Biafra land to do what it takes to stop election. We don't need to do election. What we need is referendum. We are urging our Father, God and God of Israelite, and we are asking them to keep our leader safe, to study with us in the time of trouble. I'm not killing Father, no he did play for him. He has made himself enemy of the people, and he can never get out of it. And I'm urging our people, our family members all over Osoka, in Enugu State, if you are capable to get us a transmitter, so that this good news, this living news will reach our people all over. I'm urging everybody to work towards that. And steps.
Yes, that is Zoo Epileptic Network, but we must continue. Yes, caller on WhatsApp, your name and where are you calling from? Caller on WhatsApp.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go
Good morning.
ahead. The world is listening.
My name
My name is Ikechukwu. My slave name is Timothy. I am from Amacha. Amacha is in Njaba, LGA, Olo province. Now I am calling from UK. I want to thank you for all the efforts that you are putting in this our struggle. Yesterday, I am highly delighted to hear my Zona Olu province, they are coming up. I am very happy. And all the support, all the efforts you are putting to make this our restoration of Biafra is going on. I am very happy. I want to appreciate all your efforts. I am very, very happy for all the effort you are this our struggle. And I want to use this opportunity to tell my brothers and sisters from Amacha in Njaba, local government area of Imo State, Olu province. It's very painful that I have never heard any one of them calling to this radio. I want to encourage them anywhere they are listening to this radio now, the way they put more effort to be calling so that people, we urge you to be calling. Not only amateur people, even Owerebilias, Umudioka, Nkume, Ezeama, Unkwere, all Omaka is formidable. Nkume is formidable. But I want to tell you that my own town, amateur, they are lacking behind. Please, Olo coordinator, if you are hearing my voice this morning, please endeavor to encourage amateur people to join this struggle.
Yes, so sorry for that. Zoo Epileptic Network, so much calls coming in, but I must sincerely apologize. This is where we come to the end of this morning, sorry, I beg your pardon, this morning program on this very fateful day, the 4th of the year 2018, of course, January. I want to appreciate those of you who were able to call in, and I must apologize to those of you who couldn't make it. Tomorrow is another day. Remain blessed and remain focused. This is Radio Biafra Israel. Our destination is referendum. Working very hard to ensure that the zoo called Nigeria is totally dismembered, and there is nothing any of them can do about it. I must say it for those of you, in fact, the upcoming platform, I must sincerely apologize for taking much of your time, but then we'll call it a day. Remain blessed, Biafra, remain focused. It is Biafra or Biafra. In Chukwuki
we worship you. We bow down before you. Yes, my Father. You are the creator of heaven and earth. We glorify your name. To welcome your children, Biafra. Oh, yes. We are crying, oh Lord. Come to our aid. Let's Chupamia, my Father. Not the people. Not the people.
Blessed assurance, hallelujah, Biafra is mine. Oh, what a nation of glory divine, home of salvation, hallelujah, my Father's land. This is a nation